Hello, everyone. This is Nether Trey, and welcome to episode 7 of Nether Trey's Let's Play Modded Minecraft for version 1.21. Today, I want to work on the things that I talked about last time, specifically upgrading our power, getting our drawers hooked up. But I did add another mod since the last episode, and it's one that'll let us move GeOres. I found an emerald GeOre, a gold GeOre, or a quartz GeOre. I actually found 2 gold GeOres. And I think a lapis one too. So might be a little bit controversial. I know the mod authors really wanted the idea of the GeOres mod to be that you had to like build little outposts where the GeOres are. I like to play Minecraft where I bring everything back to my base and I have this big sprawling base, factory, laboratory, whatever you want to call it, and I have everything in one place. So I did add a mod that lets me move them. I would have preferred something that lets me use like Silk Touch or something that I have to work for, but the best thing I could find was a mod called GeOre Additions, which adds a tool called the Budding Harvester, and that is made just like this. We're going to need some emeralds, which I believe I moved over here. Let's see, emerald. One of those. And with that, I should be able to make one of these guys. I will use the gold because I have more of those. I don't know how much durability this has. I know there's a version of it that's unbreakable. You need a smithing table. I have to have a budding geode of some kind, and then one of these. So that should be actually pretty easy to do. So let's just get that done right away. Unless there's something I'm missing there. That seems really easy. So let's go to our quartz GeOre. Let's harvest these guys up. The dire, the mine ore miner upgrade for the dire pickaxe detects them all and just breaks them all at once. So I'll get over a stack here. Yep. Actually got 3.5 stacks, so that's awesome. But I'm going to take this guy and let's see how this works. Do I just break it like this? Budding resources. Yep, we did get a budding for that. So if we go back home and I go here, can I do this? It looks like I can. And now I just have an unbreakable one. Okay, that's cool. That seems really easy. But what I do want to do is come back here and harvest this other guy because we're going to take him back home. And what I think I'm going to do, I'm not entirely sure how I want to do this yet. I made these holes in the ground and I believe I'm going to put just dire things block breakers, but I want to use the advanced ones, which I can't make yet. We got to get to the next tier for that. I think in the meantime, what I'm going to do is just put this guy. Do I want to put him up one more? Yeah, I think I want to put him right here. And we're just going to let him grow. This is where the block breaker is going to go. Yeah, and they're kind of going to be in the ground like this. And then I'm going to put glass over top of them so that we can see them growing, which should be pretty cool. And over time, it should just harvest those up. Now, these do need smelted. I think that's the only use for them, right? There's a geode extractor. So this is also part of that GeOre extended or whatever it's called, GeOre Additions. But I guess it's kind of slow, and they plan to add versions of this that have tiers later on. But for now, it's a little bit slow, and I think the way I'm going to do it might be a little faster. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to do both, I guess. Maybe I'll try that a little later, but for right now, I just wanted to get that guy there. We can go ahead and put this in our backpack. These need smelted. The first thing I want to work on today is getting a way for lava to come back to our base a little better. So I think what I want to do is an ender tank. Do we have what we need to make an ender tank? I think so, because the cauldron should be easy. Maybe the blaze rods are a problem. We might not have that many blaze rods. Take a look. Blaze rods. Oh, you know what? I put them over here in a drawer already. Yeah, we only have 3 blaze rods. We're going to need a bunch more of those. Another mod that I'd like to get into is deep mob learning. Actually, it's not called that anymore. Now it's called hostile neural networks. So at hostile neural networks, and we're going to need a few things. We're going to need a deep learner, which is going to require some quartz, some repeaters. Do we have? Let's see if we can make this stuff. So deep learner, we're going to need everything. These guys, we're going to need some of these, probably 6 of them. Deep learner, these 1, 2, was it 2 of these, or what was that third thing? Were they all the same thing? Yeah, they were all the same thing. And then we need glass panes and some obsidian. I think it was 4 obsidian. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need some more obsidian soon. How's our lava doing? Not great. Now that we have those 4 obsidian, it should be pretty easy to make this guy. That's kind of like our little tablet that we carry around with us. And then you can put things down in this corner. And the things that we're going to put down in that corner are model frameworks. So for those, we're going to need smooth stone, clay, another redstone repeater, which means we're going to need like a bunch of these. So I'm just going to make a ton of those. So clay, gold, repeater. Let's see, gold, repeater, clay, and then smooth stone is just going to be smelted up stone. Might as well get some of this. Throw it in. Oh, we got a bunch of quartz there. Here. We only need a couple to get started, so I'm just going to take these. We need some gold. I put gold over here already. Someday I'll get used to the fact that I have drawers going. Pretty soon I'll have these drawers hooked up to the AE system. And then we won't have to do that anymore. Actually, we should also break these because this isn't automated yet either. I really need to start automating things. I need to go to the end. I've got to go to the end. Let's see. So this guy requires some clay. Did I put clay in a drawer? No, it's up here. It probably should be. And then one of these. So we'll take that. I don't want to carry all this like geode stuff around with me. We are gonna make those cables, you know, let's do the hostile neural network thing quick. So for hostile neural networks, what we need to do with this model framework, and of course there's no like Enderman around right now, even though they're like always around, that would be nice, but of course not. So we got to go find a mob. So we're gonna go to the Nether, and I need, you know what, before we do that, we're actually gonna make 2 of these because there's 2 nether mobs that I would like to get stuff from. It's going to be the blazes and also another piece of gold and also the skeletons. So gold, this guy. Come in. Also, let's eat real quick. I'm going to get rid of this eating problem soon too, hopefully. Okay, so now we've got 2 of these guys. That should be good. I don't need to carry another quartz around with me. Don't really need this bucket of lava. This guy can go in here. Back to the Nether we go. Also, while I'm going back to the Nether, what does it take to make the night vision upgrade for just dire things? Can I get that yet? Is that even like available at this tier? Shift. Mind fog and lava repair and stupefy is all we have. So no, it must be the next tier. So sorry guys, I know it's a little dark in the Nether, but we can't do that quite yet. I do have the video, I believe, turned all the way up. And so where is my brightness? Yeah, it's like maxed out. So sorry about that. Probably cut out a bit of the Nether stuff in that case, just because it's hard for you guys to see anyway. All right, so we're back at the fortress. What we're going to need to do is, first of all, not die, but we got to right click on one of these guys and that'll turn into a blaze data model. So now that we got a blaze data model, if we put it in our little tablet here, Where's the blaze data model? Here. We put that in. You'll see we have the blaze information here. I think we have to like kill one before we get any more information. All right, so he's dead. So now that I look at this, I thought it was supposed to. Okay, so you have to hover over it. But you'll see that the tier is faulty. Oh, are we being shot at? Oh, yeah. All right, we'll take care of that guy too quick. Yeah, we can fly too, buddy. That was rude. Anyway, now that those guys are dead. Oh, you know what? There's the other one we need quick. I know we're bouncing around a lot, but we also need this guy. So let's get him. All right, got him. And he's dead. So now that we got the mob's information, we can open up our little tablet here. Please don't shoot at me, guy. And we can switch between the two of them. It'll give us some basic information about them. You can see we have killed 2 out of the 6 needed to go from faulty to the next tier. For every one that we kill, we'll get credit for, I thought it was 4, but no, it says data per kill 1. So yeah, that is where we're at right now. What we want to do now is just kill mobs of the type that we've captured in there. So we're going to kill skeletons and blazes. Here's a skeleton. We'll take this guy. Do we have our generator on us so that we can charge that up? Yeah, we do. Aerial combat is not easy with this low tier of jetpack, but we got it. Oh, you know what? Here's the spawner. Get this guy. Got to keep an eye on our power. Okay. So we should say, it says 5 out of 6. So we do get credit for 1 at this tier. Let's wait for some more blazes to spawn. We also can take this with us if we have a silk touch pickaxe, but we don't have one right now, so we're just going to kill these guys here. I thought there were 3. Were there 3? Am I crazy? I thought 3 spawned there. But now we should have a basic one. Now we get 4 data per kill if we kill them ourselves. We do not have to kill them ourselves because we need 48 for the next tier. It is at the basic tier. I don't think we're going to stick around and kill more of these guys. Let's go for the skeletons so we can get that to a basic tier. Here's some. Oh, hello. I don't know why they have fire arrows. Maybe it's part of the wither skeleton tweaks. Let's not die here if we can help it. Aha, you missed. Anyway, so wither skeletons. We've killed 3. We need 3 more, and then we can get out of here. Also, I would like to get some health back, please. These apples are really bad for healing, so maybe let's switch over to bread if we can. Also, I'd like to find some skeletons. Another one. I don't like the ones with bows. They are actually really annoying. All right, so he's dead. I think we need like... Oh, my jetpack ran out of power. I'm glad I figured that out before I jumped over a lava pit. That's another thing I really need to do is upgrade my jetpack. Any skeletons? I see some on the mini map, which means they've got to be like... There we go. Really? All right. There we go. Should be some more up here. How many more do we need? I lost count already. 1 more. Oh, this one's got a sword. There you go, chump. Might as well kill this one since he's right here. Really? Okay. So we should be able to just get out of here now. Meet you guys back at base. Also, this will make it a little easier. Ta-da! Okay, so now that we have our data models, what we need to make are simulation chambers and loot fabricators. And we're also going to need some prediction matrices. So in order to make a simulation chamber, we're going to need a couple ender pearls, some lapis, some redstone. You know what I really want to do is connect this system to the drawers so I don't have to keep running back and forth. So maybe we take a break from hostile neural networks for just a second and we make some cables. Let's see, we should be able to make a whole bunch of those. What did I run out of? Just these guys. I should be able to make a bunch of those, right? Wow, what did I run out of? I thought I had a bunch of dust. Did I put the dust? Oh, it's probably in the drawer. We'll also put these in here. We do have a bunch of dust, so we'll just take it for now. And then we can make the quartz fibers. Oh my gosh, throw that in the system. Also throw this in the system. Quartz fibers. All right, and then we should be able to make... Oh my gosh, now what did we run out of? Oh, we didn't put the fluix in. All right, well, I'll do that, and then we'll just... Ta-da! Now we have tons of them. Okay, and then the other thing I'm going to need is some wool to upgrade these cables. I know I got a bunch of wool from sheep. There it is. This won't do a ton, but it'll do enough to get me going. So if I have these cables and this wool, that'll get me those. And then I need, do I have a stack of redstone? Yes. Do I have a stack of glowstone? I hope. What is in this guy? Nothing. I put it all in here. Let's just fly up here and see. Do I have a stack? Yeah, we do. Yeah, this jetpack is too low a tier to really be super useful. Let's turn it off. Take a stack of that. This problem is about to be over. If we take these over here and we put them in here along with the glowstone, of course, went in here where I didn't want it. In here along with these cables, that'll get us a full stacks of fluid smart cables. So we'll take those. Then all we have to do, we do need an import bus. So I know there's a couple different kinds. We just want the, or no, we don't want an import bus. I'm sorry, we want a storage bus. There's a couple different kinds. We just want the basic one from Applied Energistics, which is going to require one of these guys, an ME interface, which we already have everything for, which is awesome. And then the storage bus is going to be 2 pistons. We'll just take those and good to go. Now, all we should have to do, can I get in here? We already made our little tunnel. I don't want to die. I should also check and see. There's like a damage or a fall damage nullification upgrade for just dire things. I should check on that too. So where was our drawer control? Oh, it's right here. Easy. All right. So we stick that storage bus on there. We're going to set its priority to like a bajillion. Let's just do 10,000. That's fine. And that way, whenever we put items in the system, it will know that it should take from the drawers first, or when we put items in the system, it should stick them in the drawers before the AE drives. And it should also take from everywhere else before it takes from those. So it kind of clears it out from everywhere else. So this needs to connect to a controller there. Obviously, we don't have a controller there yet. So in the meantime, in between time, we're gonna have to run it. I suppose we can just put cables here in place of the extra guys in the meantime, and the extra controllers. Oh boy. Okay, nope, that was not correct. Can I? Yep. All right. So we're gonna. All right, you have to like do that. That, and then this. I kind of like that little highlight that they put showing you where the cable is going to go now, the newer versions. So because these are smart cables, one of the systems in Applied Energistics 2 that makes it different from other mods like this is that it has an information channel system. So you can every machine, or most machines, not all of them, that are connected to the AE system will use a data channel. This says it's using 1 out of 8 channels because it's connected to that storage bus. Each side of a controller can have 32 channels attached to it. The machine will only work if it has the channels it needs to run. So right now, the only channel on this is just that one, and there's 32 available. So it says 8 because this small Fluix cable can only handle 8 channels, but there are dense cables that can hold 32. But we don't need that quite yet. So that should connect our storage bus nicely. The other thing we're gonna do is get out of here. And now we should see everything in our drawers. You can see, we can see all of our metal blocks, all of our ingots, all of our nuggets, everything showing up in the system now. And it's not using room on this drive because the storage bus is just detecting what's in here and can use it automatically as if it were in the system, which is great. So now that we got that going, we can get back to hostile neural networks. And we're gonna need a simulation chamber. So we do still need the obsidian and the redstone comparator. That's easy. The obsidian, we will also connect to the system at some point. Not really worried about it for right now. For right now, what I think I'm gonna do is just grab all this obsidian. I would like to lock this so that it knows it's an obsidian drawer. It doesn't try to make anything else. We'll lock this one too, why not? And while we're at it, we might as well do our quantities. And then when we take it out, it says 0, but it knows it's still an obsidian drawer. So now if we take this obsidian and we go back here, throw that in, we should be able to make our simulation chamber. Along with the simulation chamber, we're also going to need a loot fabricator. That's going to require a netherite ingot. I was not aware of that. That's probably not a problem since I did see some of that in the nether. Well, in the meantime, let's set this guy up so he can run. Let's go ahead and put him here for now because he is going to need power. And now that he has power, we're going to need to take our data model out of here. We need the blazes right now, so let's go ahead and throw the blaze data model in here. It's going to say that it is simulating, or it's filling up with power right now. It's not simulating because it needs those, what were they called? Prediction matrices. So they're pretty cheap. They're just some glass, gold, clay, some iron. We'll make a bunch of those. What was it that was in the middle of that? Just some clay. Yeah, let's get the clay out of here. I'm actually going to throw the clay that we have into a drawer now. I think we're just going to put it like here. And then we should be able to make, did I put glass on this? I did. I keep avoiding this because I think it's a hole, but I forgot I did put glass in this. So let's go ahead and make some more of these. We'll make like a couple more. We ran out of glass. That's okay. This is enough for now. But if we throw these in here, it's going to start simulating combat with one of these blazes. When it gets up to 100%, it's either going to kill the blaze and create a prediction. See, this one says it failed. When it fails, we're just going to get a generalized nether prediction. And that can be used to make a bunch of nether items, or it can be upgraded to an ender prediction. Yeah, so this is basically just a copier that copies settings from one loot fabricator to another, or not loot fabricator, what are these called? Simulation chamber. If it's successful, there it failed again, so we're going to get another one of these guys. It is counting these as kills though. It will only give you 1 kill each time, but once it gets up to 48 kills, it will upgrade to the next tier. Now this is using 256 FE per tick, which is a lot. So we may need to upgrade this guy pretty soon. I'm going to grab some more lava quick. All right, so there we go. That should be good. We also, again, need to remember to whack that with our configurator. Okay, so hopefully that power will keep going for a little while. I should also keep up with my health. get any successful predictions yet. Looks like it keeps failing. But we'll take these. Can we get some blaze rods from this? If we combine them with bones, we can also turn it into gold. So we can get some nether wart from it, some soul sand, gas tears. That is really handy. That is a good thing to have. But really what I need right now are these blaze rods. I think, do I have enough to make what I need right now? I have 6 and I think I need 8. So what we can do is take 2 of these bones, and then we should be able to make the 2 more that we need. Right? Yeah, that's cool. All right, so now we have 8. In order to make our tank, we're gonna need 2 of these guys, because we're gonna need 2 of these tanks to connect together. We're also gonna need some wool, which we should still have some. Where did I put the wool? Yeah, we still have a little bit. We're actually gonna just throw this in the system for now. We should also make a deep learner for sheep. That would probably be good. Also, if I throw these 14 bones in here now, I should see that they go straight into here. Yeah, so it combined them back with those. So tank, we need 1. And then what were we missing for the second one? Stuff that's in our inventory. So we got 2 tanks. These tanks are really cool. They basically act as the same tank in 2 different places. So what we're gonna do is, instead of having this tank here, we're gonna have one of these guys, and then the other one is going to be connected to a pump that is just constantly pumping lava. So if we look up a pump, we should see ranged pumps. That's going to require a diamond block, which is a bit hefty. So we need a bucket of lava, bucket of water, 2 of these guys. Where did my pump go? There it is. All right, so now just a bucket of lava and a bucket of water. Do I have buckets? I do. I don't really want to use my buckets up. What I can do is go like this and get 2 more buckets. And then it should be pretty simple. Go over here, get some water, get some lava. All right, and then ranged pump. Now, this is also going to need power. The best way to get power to this guy is wirelessly. There's a couple ways to do that. You can do it with flux networks, which is, yeah, like this. So you can do it that way, or you can also do it with power. With power, it's an, I want to say it's an ender cell is what we need. Yeah, so in order to make the ender core, we're going to need dielectric casing, piece of capacitor, eye of ender. I think we have everything we need to make that. So let's make this guy. We can even make the hardened one, which should be good. We're going to need a tiny capacitor. And then an eye of ender. Okay. So if we take that guy and one of these guys, and then we come down here to this guy, we should just be able to go boop, boop, boop. Get some power in there. It's going to take a hot second, and then it's going to make one of these. Yep. And then I think we also need some more energy. We need 3 more energized steel, which means we're going to need 2 more gold, because it makes 2 per craft. And 2 more iron back down in our little hole. I should move this up here somewhere, but that's fine for now. Energized steel. That's using a bunch of power too. All right, let's see how our power's holding up with that going. Not too hot. We are still making power. So So now that we have that, can we make our ender cell? So ender cell hardened. Yep, we'll go ahead and make that. Now this guy, like I said, I haven't played with this mod like a whole ton. This is the first time I've like seriously played with it. So if I take this energy cell and I put this ender cell here, now by default it's not able to hold any power, but if I shift click this in here, oh, you know what, just breaking it removed all its power. But now it can hold oh, it did have it still in it. It just didn't say it there for some reason. Strange. So it says it holds 4 million now because I put that cell in it. I can put more cells in it. I don't know if I can take that cell out. I haven't seen anybody actually take one out. But I guess we'll find out later. For right now, now that we have that, we can use another item called is it one of these guys? An ender gate. So I would really like the hardened ender gates. What I would really like is a blazing ender gate. That requires blazing energy cables. Let's just do hardened for now. That can move 5,000 FE per tick. That should be fine. We're not making anywhere near that right now. So the way you make those is with 4 hardened energy cables, another one of those ender cores, and 4 obsidian. We'll make 4 of them. So that should be fine. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and add this to our to-do list over here. We actually don't need, well, we might as well leave that. You know what? Our jetpack is running out of power too. So now that we have that, we can go ahead and make one of these, which means we're going to need more of these. I guess we have the other ones. We'll just change those. This one. Oh, and now we need 2 of those. So, okay. Go ahead and make a bunch of those. We do need, I was trying to make this guy right now. So we need one of these. And then we need another one of these. And we're also gonna need another, I think I have one of those. Yes, I do. So that goes there. We have everything we need for that. All right, so that guy, that guy, that guy. Give it a zap. Ta-da, take that. Should have thought more about a way to get out of here. Then we can throw that in the system, and then we just need 4 of these hardened energy cables. In order to make those, we're gonna need, do we have hardened capacitor? Nope, we're gonna need one of those, which means we need 4 more of these guys. Let's get some gold and some iron. Yeah, auto crafting is going to make this mod way easier. There's a lot of like recursive crafting you have to do in this one. Not recursive, but I guess like nested crafting, because you need one tier to make the next tier to make the next tier. And it starts to get pretty tedious once you start to get to the higher tiers. Let's break this quick. And boop. All right, so now when I put those in there, they should go right into their correct drawer. We're also going to throw the wool in there. We don't need that right now. We are going to need some of these. We're going to need some of these, which is going to need some of these, which is going to need 2 of those, which we have, luckily. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, where I was saying, like, it takes, like, tiers. You just keep going through the tiers. We'll make 6 of those, and then that should get us 4 of these. Now, these guys are awesome. I don't know how you change what channel they're on. Do I have to like connect these to this? No, I don't think so. Also, can I charge things in here? These aren't chargeable. Where's my jetpack? All right, so let's use the jetpack for a second because it uses power really quickly. All right, so that used a little bit of power. If I take my jetpack out of here, can I put, oh, because it charged up because of my pocket generator. Okay, so we're gonna throw the pocket generator in the backpack because then it won't charge things, and then we're gonna I guess we need to put the jetpack back on. Use a little bit of power. Take it off. Then if I throw you, no, I think that's supposed to be charging slots, but it doesn't appear to be working. Must just be the jetpack mod maybe. Anyway, let's get our pocket generator back. Might as well fill that up. All right, so this is set to, there's different channels and each channel has like different power in it. We're running out of lava already, so we're burning through our lava very, very quickly. And it's probably because we have this running. We did get 3 blaze predictions, so that's awesome. We need a loot fabricator to actually use those, but those can be turned into blaze rods. So this should not be running anymore because we're actually out of prediction matrices. But we do need more lava. Oops, let's turn jetpack off. Luckily we have lots of hearts now. $26. Oh, hey, look. There's our last heart. Nice. Oops. Ta-da. All right, that should be good. All right, so these are basically just wireless power receivers. Actually, you know what we can do? Since... Let's go... Let's just test this out and see if it works. So if I put this pump somewhere like above lava, let's go ahead and put a piece of cobble right there. If I put this pump right here, and then I put the ender tank right here, and then I put one of these guys right here. Yeah, gave it power right away. So they must default to channel 0. I don't know how to change the channel. I'll have to look at that. But that will immediately start pumping lava and putting it into this. Now it only pumped 1. Did it only pump 1? Where's a bucket? If I take a bucket out of this. Oh, nope. It's just, so it's a little bit glitchy with showing like what's inside of it. So we'll put that one back in there. This pump is awesome because it replaces the lava that it pumps up with these stone blocks. And that basically stops this flowing because the flowing actually can do a number on your tick rate. So that's going, that's great. Hopefully it will keep going. We'll have to check on it. So there's a lot of lava down here, as you can see on the mini map. Hopefully it will last a long time, but when it's gone, like the easiest thing to do is just go to the nether. Because I'm pretty sure that power transfer is interdimensional. So I should be able to stick that pump in the nether. I know the tanks are interdimensional, so that shouldn't be a problem. Let's stick this guy right here. And then, now that we have that going, we should be able to easily replace this with this guy. And the reason they're connected is because there's like 3 pieces of wool on top. You can actually dye those different colors, and as long as the 3 are matching, they will... Yeah, cool, so that's dumping right in. They will be basically the same inventory in the tank. So now we shouldn't have to worry about running up and down and getting lava all the time. I do want to upgrade this guy, but that's awesome. So we got that done. We got this guy done. For the loot fabricator, we are going to need some netherite. So in order to get that, I'm going to jump into the nether and see if I can find that netherite that I had found. All right, so I did find 1 ancient debris. If I remember my vanilla mechanics correctly, I need 4. I think I need 4. Yeah, 4 and 4 gold. So I'm gonna keep looking for this and I'll be back. Okay, and with this one, should have the 4 we need. Okay, so there's the 1 netherite we needed there. That should get us our loot fabricator. And we'll, for now, we'll just stick that right here. We have 3 blaze predictions. If we go ahead and stick those in here, and then some mobs have different drops. The blazes only have blaze rods, so we'll go ahead and there. And for every one of these we get 16 blaze rods, which is quite a few. Cool. So now that we have that, we can go ahead and actually let's take the blaze prediction out of here, and let's go ahead and throw in, what did I do with the skeleton one? Oh, it's probably still in this tablet thing. Yep. So we'll put these back in here just in case we kill any blazes. Throw that guy in there, and we will need more of these matrices, guys. So that just needs some glass. Prediction matrix. We'll get a stack of those, and we'll let that run. All right, so that should be that for today's episode, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and make some plans for the next episode. I really want to go to the end because I want to get into some of the more of the dire, not the tools or the armor, but like blocks that the machines that just dire things adds, because we can add a lot more automation that way. And I think it's time to start getting into some automation. I also wanted to decide how we want to do diamonds. I'm gonna put some growth chambers under these. I would love to find a diamond GeOre. That would be awesome. I did find a bunch of GeOres underground. I found out that they're actually kind of easy to find. If you go to this level and then you open up the map and you just kind of look around, you'll see some colors that kind of stick out. Like that one actually says that it's uranite crystals. That's not what we want, but like there's an emerald GeOre there. There's a gold one here. There's another gold one like up here somewhere. But if you just look around, you can actually see like where the colors stick out. And then if you hover over it, it tells you down at the bottom what the block is. So this is all water. This is all water as well. Here's a bunch of green here. That's uranite crystals. Just trying to find one quick example before we go. Nope, not there. What's this red guy? So there's redstone GeOre. So we'll want to go over there and get that for sure, because redstone, we're going to need a ton of redstone. So I'm actually going to, there's 2 of them here right beside each other, which is interesting. So I'm going to mark this guy, create a waypoint, and call it redstone GeOre question mark, because I want to verify that first. And then we're going to make this nice and red and save. And then if I look out here, I'll see redstone GeOre. So I'm going to go head towards that until the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Give me a like if you like the episode, and if you want to see more, please go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.